What is our first main topic today?
All right, our first main topic of the day comes from Ojas Gadre, who says, I know that you mainly focus on just movies and not really celebrity news, but I feel as though since this relates to a movie, it may be fun to talk about. What are your thoughts on the rapper Kanye West saying that he was the one that had the idea behind Django Unchained? And do you think this will somehow affect the ownership of the film itself? Love your show. Thanks, and bring on the filthy.
Wild. What are the odds that the same guy who, created the internet and Jell-O is also the guy who came up with the idea for Django Unchained? I'm being a little bit facetious there. Yeah, listen, Django might be my favorite Quentin Tarantino movie. It's constantly going back and forth with that and Inglourious Bastards. I just love both of them. Django, you, me, and Ray did an issue of Movie Club on Django Unchained. Absolutely phenomenal movie. So good. But here's what happened. Kanye West, who, let me be very clear, I've never met Kanye West. I don't know Kanye West. He may be the most delightful, wonderful, salt of the earth kind of guy. Might be. Why is everybody in the studio suddenly laughing? But I'm just saying, he might be. I've never met him. I don't know him. But the public face he puts on seems, a couple of saltines short of soup. It's not all there. Not all there. And now he just did an interview where he claims that Quentin Tarantino and Jamie Foxx stole the idea of Django Unchained from him. This comes to us from the folks over at IndieWire, who wrote the following.
He ain't buying it.
In a new interview with Piers Morgan, Kanye West complained that Tarantino's Django Unchained was based on an idea that the Oscar winner stole from West. He claimed that after collaborating with Jamie Foxx on the 2005 song Gold Digger, which featured Foxx's vocals and sampled Ray Charles's I Got a Woman, West said he pitched Foxx and Tarantino the idea for a slavery-themed music video for the song. West alleges that some of his ideas for that video were eventually used in Tarantino's Django Unchained. Tarantino can write a movie about slavery where actually him and Jamie, they got the idea from me, because the idea for Django I pitched to Jamie Foxx and Quentin Tarantino as the video for Gold Digger, West said. And then Tarantino turned it into a film. That comes to us again from IndieWire. There's one interesting bit here that he leaves out. So he claims Jamie Foxx kind of stole this idea. Okay. Does he not know that Jamie Foxx was not even supposed to be in Django Unchained? Originally, it was supposed to be Big Willie. Will Smith was supposed to be the star of Django Unchained. It was not Jamie Foxx's movie. It was supposed to be Will Smith. And ultimately, Will Smith decided to leave the project because Django doesn't kill Candy at the end. And so he just didn't think that was good. So he walked off the project. And then Jamie Foxx came in and did the project. So the idea that Jamie Foxx stole the idea seems like a stretch. Well, let's be honest. This whole thing sounds like a stretch. And by the way, I don't think Kanye West is lying. Like, I think he probably did pitch the idea of a slavery-based music video. Okay, sure. There are thousands of long-form and short-form stories told with that kind of a premise. So this notion that came out and just saying that, like, Quentin Tarantino and Jamie Foxx stole this from me seems ridiculous. Now, to add to that, it just as a side note to this story, of course, monster agency in Hollywood, probably the biggest agency in Hollywood, CAA. The reports came out this morning that they have dropped Kanye West. He is no longer going to be represented by CAA. I don't know if this story was the tipping point of that. I have no idea. So, hey, again, I wasn't there. I'm not a fly on the wall. I'd love to be, as Hamilton would say, in the room where it happened, but I wasn't. So maybe there's truth to this. I find it incredibly hard to believe, though. Anyway, Chris, you hear about this story. What do you think? How big of a thief is Quentin Tarantino? Guys, we want to take a second to thank the sponsor of this video, Mint Mobile. Mint Mobile offers premium wireless starting at just $15 a month. And now for the plot twist. I'm just kidding. There isn't one. Mint Mobile just has premium wireless from $15 a month. There's no trapping you into a 2-year contract or opening the bill to find all these crazy fees. There's no luring you in with free subscriptions to streaming services that you'll forget to cancel and be charged full price for. With my old wireless provider, every month when I opened the bill, it was like playing roulette. I never knew knew how big the bill was going to be, and it always seemed to get bigger. With Mint Mobile, it's totally different. I know exactly how little I'm paying every month, and there's never any surprises. Mint Mobile gives you the best rate whether you're buying for one or a family. And at Mint Mobile, families start at just 2 lines. All plans come with unlimited talk and text plus high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. And guys, you get to use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and keep your same phone number along with all your existing contacts. So transferring over couldn't be easier. So to get premium wireless from just $15 a month and no unexpected plot twists, go to mintmobile.com/Campea. That's mintmobile.com/Campea. You'll make your wallet very happy at mintmobile.com/Campea.
Oh my gosh, this is such nonsense. This is ridiculous. Like, I don't think that this has any legs at all. This man has just said some incredibly disgusting things lately, too. And it's no wonder that people are cutting ties with him. CAA, Balenciaga, supposedly his deal with Def Jam is coming to a close as well. I mean, you can say whatever you want. Everyone has the right to say whatever they want. But people don't have to like it, and there's repercussions for what you say. And when you say things that are hurtful and disgusting to individuals or entire peoples, like just some of the statements this man has made lately make my skin crawl. So I don't think he has anything to do with Django, and I don't think that he's a particularly nice person. And that's as couth as I can be right now.
Rob, you hear about this? What do you think?
Okay, I'm going to say something that might be a little controversial.
Okay.
I think there could be a kernel of truth in what Kanye says, in the sense that they probably had a conversation about maybe, a former slave turned bounty hunter or something like that. What if that was thrown out? I believe something like that could be true. But first of all, the Django movies were a long-running series of films that were made in Italy.
Boom.
Now,
By Sergio.
And all different kinds of people made Django movies. And Franco Nero, who played the most famous actor in the Django role, is in Django Unchained and has a scene with Jamie Foxx. However, Tarantino is known, all of his movies are kind of a pastiche of other films. You could say Reservoir Dogs is a riff on Ringo Lam's City on Fire, which it is, which Tarantino will tell you. Just like the Kill Bill films. He's referencing all of these different martial arts films and things that he liked growing up. So Tarantino is a guy that takes all of these ideas from places he gets. I mean, his films aren't just one idea or 2 ideas. They're like 20 ideas.
Well, George Lucas, he had like 7 major influences that made Star Wars.
And
right?
when you hear things, just because somebody throws out an idea for something, I mean, I hear ideas all the time. That doesn't mean they went out and made it and then you stole their idea. If you're having a conversation, I have conversations with friends of mine, even you, about story ideas. Like, what if they made a movie about this? What if they made a movie about that?
Oh, I copyright all of those. I record all of these.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
And it maybe Kanye said one thing that was like, what if a slave turned bounty hunter? And Tarantino's like, that's a good idea. I like that idea. And then maybe it percolated in his brain, but that doesn't mean you have Dr. King Schultz.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that you go get Franco Nero and then you go, what if it's a riff on, I love the Django movies. So you can't, I mean, when someone like Tarantino, whose brain is making a bunch of different things, just because one element of something is in something that has 20,000 different ideas put into one. I mean, so maybe from his mind, he thought I came up with the idea for it. But you know what? The movie Django Unchained has about 100 different origins, including a whole series of movies called Django this, Django that, Django something. So, and like you pointed out, Jamie Foxx wasn't even in this movie. So it's pretty silly to think that Tarantino ripped it off. Tarantino rips off his movies. All of his movies are the product of everything he's seen for his entire life. So,
I mean, you could make the same argument that while having lunch one day in the same restaurant that Kevin Feige was, somebody says, I love it when Tom and Jerry team up. And Kevin Feige heard that, went, team up? I'm going to make an Avengers movie.
Well, that's exactly right. And, I've heard a lot of friends, like over the years, like we would get together, friends I have in the business. And some people would take ideas that came up in conversation and actually implement them and make something. Well, that's the difference between the people that didn't make something and the people that did.
Yeah. I've literally been part of pitches that you go, hey, the show they ended up going with seems very similar to the one we pitched, but a similarity isn't something that you can really stand on.
No.
It's semantics.
Anyway, guys, question is for you. Are you shocked to find out that Quentin Tarantino stole the idea of Django Unchained from Kanye West? Being a little facetious. But anyway, what do you guys think about this story? Whatever your thoughts are, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts.